Dirt. What is dirt? Where is dirt? When is dirt? And most importantly, how is dirt? All these questions, and maybe more probably, answered in the next hour or so. So dirt is this funny little thing that you may have seen before. Dirt in simple terms is broken down rocks, silt, clay, or sand that is usually spread across the ground. It's caused by said materials being broken down over time by erosion, e.g. wind, water, mass extinction events, earthquakes. But is defining dirt really that simple? Dirt is used to describe a state of uncleanliness, yet when we go outside we don't say that the lawn is dirty. When you don't want to shake someone's hand because it is dirty, it's usually because there's a substance other than dirt that's on it. Dirt is also a key part in creating another object by the name of soil. Soil is like dirt, but way more delectable. It's made out of dirt, plants or other organic matter, nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, water, and dissolved minerals. Soil is much better than dirt at supporting life, but without dirt, it wouldn't exist. When you wash your hands because they're dirty, it's usually to get all the bacteria off of it. So wouldn't the proper term actually be bacteria-y? If I were to ask if there's any dirt on Nick, you'd either say, no, he just showered, or yes, and then you proceed to tell me his darkest of secrets. I know what happened on April 3rd, Nick. Dirt and soil are important for supporting plant life. It gives plants nutrients and a place for their roots to dig into to better support themselves. Dirt also provides support for other life forms such as bugs, lizards, snakes, crabs, scorpions, and other smaller organisms by providing a way to dig out a shelter or letting plants grow, providing cover from predators. Dirt can be used to describe something as worthless, but if it weren't for dirt, we all would have died out millions of years ago. Dirt can also be used to describe excrement according to the Oxford Dictionary, but when I show up to an Arby's bathroom with 10 pounds of potting soil, I get banned for life because apparently the pipes can't handle a blockage that large, and because I needlessly flooded the whole restaurant unprovoked! Oh, dude, no way. If we define dirt as strictly particles of rubble, then the history of dirt began roughly between 20 billion to 13 billion years ago, deep in the outer reaches of space. It was just a bunch of tiny little rock dudes doing their tiny little rock dude things. Dirt as we know it today is a bit harder to find the exact start of, but a study done by this handsome, gorgeous, beautiful man gives us a relative estimate of the beginning of soil as we know it today. It claims that roughly 450 million years ago, plants made the jump to land, which led to less carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, which led to lower temperatures, which led to widespread glaciation, which is when ice sheets and glaciers start spreading, which led to ice grinding and breaking down rocks. Roughly 448 million years later, these weird melons piloting a convoluted sack of raw meat appeared, and unfortunately for every ecosystem, they were the most intelligent species. It took roughly until about 12,000 years ago until these creatures learned that the soil in which they stood could be used to farm plants for food. The science of soil has been a thing since roughly 300 BC, starting with a Greek philosopher Theophrastus who wrote On the Causes of Plants. There were many others at the time that wrote similar things about soil. What they discovered was purely observational and based on agriculture, so nothing truly groundbreaking was discussed. Then, in the 16th century, European scholars began questioning everything, including dirt. It began as simply studying the organisms that live in the ground. The invention of the microscope allowed for even further study of the microorganisms living in the soil. Then, in the 19th century, this silly little guy named
Vasily Dokuchev
decided to be a geologist. He began the thought that soil is a living system when, at the time, most scientists saw soil as literally dead. In the early 1900s, a fellow named A.B. Frank discovered that fungus supplies plants with minerals from the soil, while the plant helps nourish the fungus, making the plant-fungus relationship actually symbiotic. Fast forward about 100 years, and now you're here, watching this very video, explaining the history of dirt, just before explaining to you that it just explained to you that you are currently watching a video that just explained to you the history of dirt. We've been so focused on trying to figure out what dirt is, that we never even bothered asking the most important question. Hi, box of dirt. How are you? Well, that's dirt, I think. Tune in next time where I go into excruciating detail about boars leading the fall of society and what you can do to survive the wrath of the bacon-fleshed menace.